Hey everyone, this is Becky Howie from NatureWiseCounseling.com, and I help busy people just like you go from feeling stressed, anxious, and depressed to feeling happy, healthy, and fulfilled again. And today what I'd like to talk to you about is how to stop stress eating or emotional eating or overeating, especially during the holidays when it's so easy and there are those buffets everywhere. So if you have ever had the experience of sitting down, maybe it's in front of your phone to watch a Netflix show or, grazing on a holiday buffet until all of a sudden you just feel like you have a stomach ache and you don't know why you ate so much food, then this video is for you. So what I want to talk about today are some signs that you might be stress eating or emotionally eating rather than eating because you're actually hungry, right? So some of the signs, and I say this, of course, right here with my trusty Trader Joe's chocolate bar that I just bought at the grocery store because I had a stressful moment while I was grocery shopping, right? So some of the ways to know that you might be stress eating or emotionally eating are, do you crave a lot of sugary treats, right? Do you find yourself sitting down with a bag of chips or a pint of ice cream or a box of cookies or whatever it is? And, rather than like portioning yourself out some, you're just eating because you feel like, you're not even sure why, maybe, right? You're just eating because you feel like you need to. And then you look down and all of a sudden the entire bar of chocolate is gone, or, the box of cookies or the pint of ice cream, whatever it is, right? Maybe, like I said, you go to a holiday buffet and you just, you're feeling a little bit anxious in a social situation. And so you just kind of stand by the buffet table and you just kind of keep picking little bits of food and pretending that you're busy. And you're sort of using that as your way to mitigate the stress and the anxiety of being in an event or in a social situation that's uncomfortable for you, right? Maybe you notice that you are just kind of mindlessly picking at crackers or chips or cookies because you're bored, or, you're kind of idle for a moment and you're like, wait a minute, why am I actually eating? Is it just because, I'm bored? Or maybe you find that you often eat until the point of discomfort or, over fullness, and that's how you know when to stop, okay? So those are some of the signs that you might be stress eating or emotionally eating, okay? Now, what are the costs to our system of eating this way? There's so many health costs, okay? This could be obesity and weight gain. It could be low self-esteem because of the weight gain, and then we don't want to be seen in public or take our clothes off in the yoga, locker room, etc. And then it could be more serious health risks like diabetes, heart disease. You could have a lot of fatigue due to, like, if you eat a lot of sugary treats, then your blood sugar crests and then crashes, right? You're going to get a lot of fatigue and tiredness because of those things, and so many more issues, okay? So why do we do this to ourselves, right? Why do we continue to engage in this behavior that we know does not benefit us, okay? My guess is because it takes the edge off of something in your life, right? Maybe it's boredom. You don't like to experience boredom, and so you eat because you're bored, and that takes your mind off of it. It gives you a little dopamine hit, and you're feeling a little bit better temporarily, right? Maybe it is anxiety, like I talked about the social situations of being in, like a holiday party where maybe you don't know people, so you're just kind of eating to ease your anxiety, right? Maybe it is loneliness because you've just had a breakup, or you lost somebody around the holidays, or, you are away from friends or family and you're feeling really lonely, so you go to Trader Joe's and you buy a chocolate bar and you eat that, and it temporarily makes you feel better, right? Maybe you just had a crappy day and you're like, oh, I need this to kind of ease the crappy day, right? But the problem with that is it's kind of like trying to quench your thirst by drinking salt water, right? There's a temporary relief because you're like, oh, it's liquid. Oh, I feel so much better. And then afterwards you feel even more thirsty, right? The loneliness or the anxiety or the depression or whatever it is comes back kind of tenfold, and then it is added to by all of the nasty stories that we tell ourselves about all that food that we just ate, right? Not really super helpful, okay? So how do we stop doing this? I want you to, next time you notice that you're about to frantically kind of eat something, I want you to just pause long enough to breathe and ask yourself, what are you avoiding, okay? By eating this chocolate bar or this piece of, cookie or this ice cream or this cake or whatever it is, what are you avoiding? What are you substituting that for, okay? And when you have that answer, what I want you to do is ask yourself what you really need in the moment. Like, what could you really do to meet that need? If it's loneliness, could you reach out to a friend? If it is anxiety, could you breathe and use a mindfulness technique, right? If it is boredom, right? Could you recognize that and breathe and allow it to pass, or find something else to do that might not have these negative effects associated with it, okay? Now, if you find that's, really hard for you and you're looking at me like, yeah, Becky, whatever, okay, well, I'm still miserable. That's, this isn't going to help. What I want you to do is check out the link below for my new upcoming stress management group. I'm starting another section in January, and I teach people a lot of tricks and mindfulness techniques to help you breathe and to work through some of these difficult moments that we might otherwise reach for chocolate, or maybe it's something even more difficult like alcohol or something else, right? Ways to deal with those moments that are more helpful and are going to help you reach your goals rather than taking you farther away by, crash of sugar, okay? I hope you all have wonderful, lovely holidays.